the Invoices tab. More specifically, we'll look at the overview screen of the invoices. Right here, this is what you see when you click on the Invoice tab. You'll see a list of all invoices that you have created for everyone, regardless. Not much to say about this area here. Go ahead and click on the arrow at the front of the line here to get into the Overview subtab of Invoices. So as you can see, there are many subtabs across the line here, and they all pertain to an invoice, different views of an invoice. Okay, so the first one is the overview view of the invoice. And you'll notice some of the fields here on the left-hand side are or can be a repeat of some of the more detailed information that you find on in the middle of the screen. That's because everything that's on the left-hand side, as well as at the top, will remain here as you scroll through the different tabs. Again, if you have a laptop or an iPad, you can just simply swipe to get through the different tabs. As you can see, my tabs here are changing color as I'm swiping. And you notice that the information on the left-hand side just remains standing. If you have a desktop computer, you'll need to click on each tab to get to that particular tab. So a couple word about this overview screen here is that at the bottom right, you'll notice the multiple address that you may have set up under the gear icon in preferences and settings. So if this invoice needs to be printing this secondary or this other company address, then you would just simply change it here to make that the default address for this invoice. You'll also notice a comment box here, and this is this populated this invoice because it was entered in the patient's case detail. In the videos on the patient's case detail, you'll see that when you set up your billing preferences for your patient, you can also type in a comment that will default to all invoices that you create for that patient, but it will not print. Below that, you have a box where you can also type in comments, but these here will print on that invoice. Other than that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you needed to switch the provider for this patient for some reason, you can also do so from here. I only have one provider set up, so that's all I see. But you would be able to see a drop menu with your all of your provider and change it here. I think this is it for the overview screen of your invoice. You'll notice that there is the send to next batch for this invoice. Is it checked to yes or no? This is something that the system will automatically check to yes or no based on the e-billing preferences that you set up for that patient. How we create an e-batch is not something that we're going to cover in this particular video. There'll be a video specific to e-billing.